Good morning, all of you. So, yesterday what we discussed under laws of heredity. First law of heredity we have discussed. Under that we have discussed what? Law of dominance. Okay, and some questions also we discussed. Today we will discuss second law, that is known as the law of segregation or purity of gametes. Law of purity of gametes. Okay, now this law, also known as Mendel's second law, this is also known as Mendel's second law of inheritance. Okay, so now here what happened, here what it is saying, whenever any organism, okay, whenever any organism form the gametes, whenever they are forming gametes, what happened, then out of two genes, okay, out of two genes for a character, they are having what? They are showing their all the traits, whether it is dominant, whether it is recessive. Okay, so here what happens, gametes are segregating, okay, and pure form it is obtaining. So that's why it is known as law of segregation or law of purity of gametes. So what we can say, according to this, whenever, okay, whenever what happens, any organism forms the gametes, whenever any organisms form the gamete, okay, whenever they are forming what? Gamete, then what happened, then out of the two genes, then out of the two genes present on chromosome, okay, out of the two genes present on chromosome, for what, for showing what, for a character, okay, for a character, for a character, whether it is similar or dissimilar, okay, whether it is similar or dissimilar, segregating from each other, they are separating from each other, segregating from each other, segregating or separating from each other, okay, they are separating or segregating from each other, but what happened, so that a gamete receives only one trait, okay, so that what happens, a gamete, so that gamete receives only one pure trait, pure trait, okay, so it is telling what, according to this law of segregation, whenever any organism form the gamete, then out of the two genes present on chromosome for a character, whether it is similar or dissimilar segregating from each other, so that what happens, gamete receives only one pure trait. Okay, pure trait. Okay, so this is known as what? Law of segregation. Now what happens, since the gametes are pure, here what happens, since the gametes are pure for that particular factor, okay, since the gametes are pure for a particular factor or gene, and hence it is also known as purity of gametes, and that's why it is known as what? Purity of gametes, or law of purity of gametes. Okay, purity of gametes, or law of purity of gametes. Okay, so this is law of segregation. Now here we have to see with the help of one example. Okay, so now same example we will take. For example, stem or plant height. Here what character, this is what character and trait was there, one was tall and one was dwarf. So this was a dominant and this was a recessive character, but both are pure. Okay, both are what? Pure. Now this is denoted with capital T, and this is denoted with small t. Now if we are seeing what the gametes are coming, small t, so this is gametes. Here what happened in F1 generation, what will come? Capital T, small t. This is F1 generation, and this is what? All tall, and this shows what? Law of dominance. Okay, now then further we have to see in F2 generation what it is happening. Okay, so in that case this one will be the parent. So now we will see. So now this F1 hybrid become one parent. Okay, now here what happens, this is parent. Now here gametes are two different gametes. This is gametes. Now here what happens, crosses will occur. So first capital T, this is capital T, then capital T, small t, then this one capital T, small t, and then what happened, this is small t and small t. So one method is this, another method with the help of Punnett square. Okay, so here two parents are there, one side is showing male and one side is showing female. Okay, now here capital T, small t, same, this is parent 1, this is parent 2, capital T, small t. Now what is that? Capital T, small t, here capital T, small t, small t, small t. Okay, now if we are going this is what? F2 generation. These two are F2 generation, second generation we have to see. Okay, So this is showing what? This capital T is tall. This capital T small t, it is also tall, because according to law of dominance, capital T will be what? This will suppress the small t. Here also this will be tall, but this is what? Both are in recessive parent. Previously we have seen. So it is dwarf condition. Okay. Now already we know that a phenotypic and genotypic, phenotype and genotype we already discussed. Okay. So now here we will see phenotypic ratio. Phenotypic ratio. Phenotypic means external structure, external morphological structure, what we can see. So here what? 1 tall, 2 tall, 3 tall. So we can see 3 tall and 1 is dwarf. 1 is dwarf. Okay. Now if a genotypic ratio we are seeing, so genotypic ratio. So genotypic ratio is what here? 1 capital T genetic constitutions, 1 capital T, 2 capital T small t, and 1 small t small t. Okay. Now what we have, we are seeing this inheritance of one gene, or we can say monohybrid cross. Okay. So now we have to see a general formula. What is that? Monohybrid cross. Here phenotypic ratio. Phenotypic ratio. In the exam, this one only will ask. So phenotypic ratio, what it is coming? 3 tall, 1 dwarf. So we can write it is 3:1. Now, second it is what? Genotypic ratio. Genotypic ratio. So constitutions, it is showing what? Genetic constitution 1 TT, 2 capital T small t, 1 small t small t. So 1:2:1. Okay. Questions are asking directly that what is a monohybrid cross phenotypic ratio? In that case, you have to write 3:1. And what is the genotypic ratio for monohybrid cross? So it is 1:2:1. So these two you have to remember. Okay. Now from here, one general formula is asking. Okay, one general formula you can obtain. What is that general formula? So first is what? We have to see genotypic ratio and phenotypic ratio. So general formula here, this is very important. Note general formula. Okay, general formula for what? First for phenotypic ratio. Phenotypic ratio is equal to 3:1 to the power n. Okay, here n is what? Monohybrid means 1. If dihybrid, so 2. If trihybrid, so 3. If tetrahybrid, so 4. Okay, understood? So here 3:1 to the power n. Second general formula, genotypic ratio. What is that? 1:2:1 to the power n. Okay, here n is what? Number of heterozygous hybrid condition. Okay, we already discussed where n is equal to number of heterozygous. Okay, when we proceed ahead, then we will see this formula how important it is. But now this time you have to remember this formula. Okay, general formula. What is that? Phenotypic ratio 3:1 to the power n. Genotypic ratio 1:2:1 to the power n, where n is what? Number of heterozygous condition. Okay. Now next we will see how this is coming there. Okay. So some examples we will take. For example, just we have to say this formula you have to remember for your medical exam. Very, very important formula is that. Okay. Now, next. For example, if n is equal to 2, that is dihybrid case. So we have to see, for example, if n is equal to 2. Okay, so what will be the phenotypic ratio? So how we can see? Phenotypic ratio is given by, okay, so here what is that? General formula, 3:1 to the power n. So what is the here? 3:1 to the power 2. Okay, means what we can say? 3:1 into 3:1. We can write like that. Now we have to multiply this. First we will multiply this. So 3:3, 9. 3:1, 3. Now we will see this. So 1:3, 3, and 1:1. Okay, so what is the phenotypic ratio for n means 2, dihybrid. Okay, so it is 9:3:3:1. This we'll see later, but now you have just to remember this, how much it coming? 9:3:3:1. Okay, now similarly, if we are seeing that genotypic ratio, okay, similarly, if we are seeing this, so this one phenotypic, now genotypic ratio. Okay, so genotypic ratio, what was the formula? 1:2:1 to the power n. So here 1:2:1 to the power, here n is equal to 2, so 2. So similarly 1:2:1, 1:2:1. Now we have to multiply. First we will multiply from this. So 1:2:1. Then we will multiply from this. So 2:4:2. Then we have to multiply from this. So 1:2:1. So 1:2:1, 4:2:2, 1:2:1. Okay, so this is coming for what? This is for dihybrid cross. This is for what? Dihybrid phenotypic ratio. Okay, this is dihybrid genotypic ratio. So like that it is coming. Okay, now we have to see some questions. Now questions are there. What is that general formula? Okay, general formula we already seen. For monohybrid, what is that? For dihybrid, what is that? One more formula is there. Number of phenotypes. How much number is dihybrid? 1 phenotype, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so next general formula is number of phenotypes. Number of phenotypes. Okay, now here formula is that is 2 to the power n. So number of phenotype is 2 to the power n, where n already we have discussed number of heterozygous condition. If we are seeing here 2, so how much is there? 2 to the power 2. So 2 into 2 is equal to 4. So how much number of phenotypes? 4. Here see 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Similarly, number of genotypes. Number of genotypes. So this is having formula 3 to the power n. What is that? 3 to the power n. Okay. Now, if we are seeing dihybrid, so 3 to the power 2. So 3 into 3 is equal to 9. So number of genotypes will be what? 9. We will see here genotypic ratio 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it is 9. Here also 9. Understood now? So this formula very important. First phenotypic ratio 3:1 phenotypic ratio. Genotypic ratio 1:2:1 to the power n. This is 3:1 to the power n. Number of phenotypes 2 to the power n, and number of genotypes 3 to the power n. This formula you have to remember. Very, very important formulas are there. And from this every time questions are I have seen. JIPMER also they are asking questions numerical basis. AIPMT, NEET also asking, AIMS also asking, BHU also asking. Okay, so this you have to remember. Very, very important for your NEET exam. Now, come on some questions. What questions is there? One question is there. A tobacco plant heterozygous for, one question is there. A tobacco. What is their botanical name? Already we discussed. Nicotiana tabacum. These botanical names you have to remember. So what I told, a tobacco plant heterozygous. Question is there, a tobacco plant heterozygous. Okay, a tobacco plant heterozygous for recessive trait. For recessive trait. Okay, recessive trait of albinism. One disease is there of albinism. Okay, recessive trait of albinism is treated self. Is treated self. Means what? They are doing what? Self crossing. Okay, they are served and 1200 seeds are obtained. Okay, after self crossing, what happens? Fertilization happens, then products are coming. So what, how much products are there? 1200 seeds are obtained and 1200 seeds are obtained. This is the question. Now they are asking that how many seedlings obtained? How many seedlings? How many seedlings obtained? Okay, how many seedlings obtained from such seeds? From these seeds. Okay, from such seeds. From such seeds will have parent genotype. Okay, will have parent genotype. Okay, this is the question. Now options are there: 900, 300, 600, 1200. 900, 300, 600 and 1200. Okay, so understood the question. What is telling? That a tobacco plant heterozygous. Okay, heterozygous means what? Different. So solutions is there. Heterozygous. Okay, heterozygous means this is the condition. Just for example, heterozygous on selfing. So on selfing means what? Capital A, small a, capital A, small a. So this is selfing. We are just making with Punnett square. This is male and this is female partner. So capital A, small a. Here also capital A, small a. So capital A, capital A, capital A, small a, capital A, small a, and this one small a, small a. Okay. Now here what is telling, a tobacco plant heterozygous for recessive trait of albinism. Heterozygous is treated, served, and 1200 seeds are obtained. How many seedlings obtained from such seeds? We have parent genotype. Okay. So parental genotype, how much products are there? Total 4, and parental is 1 and 1, 2. So what we can write here? Number of parental genotypes. Okay, here we can write number of parental genotypes. This is the question. Number of parental genotypes is equal to total 4 and 2 is parental. So 2 by 4 into how much it is obtained? 1200 seeds. So into 1200. So 4 3s are 12. So 300 is that. So how much is it? 300 into 2? 600. Okay. So number of parental genotypes, how much? They are having 600. So what is the correct answer? Right, it is 600. So like that, this is the M's question. Okay. So this is 600. Okay. So like that questions are coming. Now, one more questions are there that we have to see now. Now, question is that a plant heterozygous, just listen carefully, okay? A plant heterozygous, a plant heterozygous, okay? A plant heterozygous for tallness, okay? A plant heterozygous for tallness produces both produces both tall and dwarf plants. Tall and dwarf plants. Okay, produces both tall and dwarf plants on self pollination. On self pollination. Okay, produces both. Here you have to give attention. Produces both tall and dwarf plant on self pollination. Okay, this proves. Okay, this proves. This proves. Now, here number one statement is there, proves principle of dominance. So first option is principle of dominance. Next option is there, law of purity of gametes. Okay, second is law of purity of gametes. Another option is there, law of segregation. Law of segregation. And last one, both B and C. We know that purity of gametes and segregation is, we know, okay. So both is same. So here what is telling, tall and dwarf plants means pure plants are segregating. So what will be the answer? Right. So it is law of purity of gametes or law of segregation. Okay. Now clear? Now come on, some term is there. Okay. So one term is there that is known as a back cross. One term is there, back cross. What do you mean by back cross? So back cross means the cross between F1 individual, okay, the cross between F1 individual with either of the two parent, okay, either of the two parent is known as back cross. What we can say? Back cross, the cross between F1 individual. F1 means first generation progeny of a spring. So the cross between F1 individual with either of the two parent. Two parent means what? either dominant or recessive. Okay, recessive. So the cross between F1 individual with either of the two parent is known as, that is known as back cross. Okay, now here two terms came. One is dominant, one is recessive. So what are the terms are coming? We will see here. If parent unknown and cross happens with F1 individual, so that is known as back cross. And since two terms came, so we can say back cross is of two types. One is test cross. One is test cross. Now, how we can define this test cross? If a cross is made between F1 individual with recessive parent, so that is known as test cross. Okay, so what we can say? The cross in which F1 generation individual or hybrid, okay, the cross in which F1 generation or individual, okay, F1 generation individual or hybrid crosses or mated with its recessive, this recessive, what you have to remember, recessive parent is known as test cross. Is known as what? Test cross. Okay, now this test cross is helpful to know the individual is homozygous recessive or dominant, okay, or heterozygous dominant. Okay, so this is helping. We will see one example, then you will understand. So it is a cross to know what we can say. It is a cross to know. Okay, it is a cross to know whether an individual is is homozygous or heterozygous. Okay, homozygous or heterozygous. Homozygous or heterozygous. Okay, homozygous or heterozygous for dominant character. For dominant character. Okay, this is very important to know whether an individual is homozygous or heterozygous for dominant character. Just for example, okay, just for example, I am taking for flower color. For example, character we took flower color. Okay, flower color. Here dominant is violet and recessive is white. How this test cross help? Okay, we found that one dominant phenotype is there. Okay, we found that dominant phenotype. What we found? Violet color flower. Now it can be denoted with capital W small w or capital W. These two traits are there. These two genotypic traits can be shown. Okay, so how we will manage this? So if we are taking this one, okay, so W small w crosses with what? Recessive parent, crosses with small w, okay. Here what will come? Only one gamete, G for gamete, this is parent. And here two types of gametes will come, one capital W, one small w. If this will crosses with, so one is capital W, small w, one is small w, small w. Okay. Now, if this is coming, okay, if we are receiving, here what we can receive, this is violet and this is white. So how, what we can